Breathe in and out freely, and love all the people that you're with. Love your neighbor.
And try to separate yourself from everyone else in the household. That means isolating yourself in a separate room and ideally using a separate bathroom. Disinfect surfaces daily. And for those who are in the household of a sick person, you need to stay home too. And please call the health department hotline at 402-441.
I have to give you a fancy introduction. President Biden is continuing to follow through on his key promise to take swift and bold action that addresses the climate crisis, building on his day one actions of rejoining the Paris Agreement and strengthening our clean air and water protections and holding polluters accountable. Today, he will take executive action to tackle the climate crisis at home and abroad while creating good-paying union jobs, building sustainable infrastructure, and delivering environmental justice.
Because people are so happy that someone will stand up and come against this insanity. And I understand so many of you that are scared to death because you're watching the media. You got to turn the TV off. The media is the virus. The lies from the media are the virus. God bless everybody. Love you. Stay safe and come down to Florida with the other 1,150 people a day if you're living in a tyrannical government.
Environmental controls and measures. And snowy hydro scientists monitor weather systems approaching the mountains to identify clouds that are suitable for seeding. Clouds that contain large amounts of supercooled liquid water. These particular clouds are naturally inefficient, but the excess water in these clouds can be made to fall as snow by introducing tiny particles for the water to freeze onto. A network of generator sites arranged along the western side of the mountain range burns minute amounts of silver iodide solution to create artificial ice-forming particles which are swept up in the passing clouds. Invisible to the naked eye, each silver iodide crystal is so small that more than 300 million of them would fit on the head of a pin. When the supercooled water droplets come into contact with the tiny silver iodide crystals, they freeze, forming the very beginning of a snowflake.
This matters going forward. We're in a live exercise here to get this right. This matters going forward. We're in a live exercise here.
The system wants to play us off against each other. Here's an example. The power has been out in many parts of Austin going on day 6. And it was a lot more homes than they said. It was the most of the city. And people know it was done by design. And folks understand that. I'm going to lay all that evidence out today as well. But it's true. People went up and have been harassing utility workers and getting in their faces and blaming them and cussing them out. When the real anger should be directed at the governor that let the windmills in and got all the awards from the left, Greg Abbott, and from ERCOT that's run by a bunch of Democrats. The whole board is Democrat. 5 of the board don't live in Texas, and one of them works for Governor Whitmer in Michigan. Talk about double dipping.
Another example is the array of technologies, often referred to collectively as geoengineering, that potentially could help reverse the warming effects of global climate change. One that has gained my personal attention is stratospheric aerosol injection, or SAI, a method of seeding the stratosphere with particles that can help reflect the sun's heat in much the same way that volcanic eruptions do. An SAI program could limit global temperature increases, reducing some risks associated with higher temperatures and providing the world economy additional time to transition from fossil fuels. On the geopolitical side, the technology's potential to alter weather patterns and benefit certain regions of the world at the expense of other regions could trigger sharp opposition.
Happy birthday!
Let me tell you what's going on with the snow, folks. Is there chemicals in the air? Are we where the jet stream out of China dumps in over Texas, unfortunately? Is there a lot of toxic stuff? Is there geoengineering going on? Absolutely. But let me explain what's happening with propane fire that's in or butane that's in a lighter. It doesn't have a heat level to actually make all the ice dissipate. If you put that same snow in a pot, put it under gas flame, it'll completely melt and you'll have clean water. There'll probably still be some chemicals in it because the atmosphere is so toxic. And they say, oh, the problem is carbon dioxide, let's ban that, when that's actually good. But the way that works is the snow is in flakes, so it's not compacted. As soon as you start burning it, all it does is melt into the ice and it concentrates it. So you've got to go ahead and finish melting all the way down in the pot to do that. That's the most viral videos out there, is everybody saying the snow is fake. I can tell you it's not fake.